Welcome everybody to Intensity Broadcasting. Sorry about the technical issues. I had no microphone for a few minutes, but we are here. We are back, and we are ready to get this race underway. As we are about 4 minutes left here in qualifying. Yeah, we want to thank everybody for joining us tonight, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, or on Twitch. We do appreciate you coming out and joining us here tonight. We see Kenneth Pack just finished up his qualifying attempt. 3 drivers left to qualify. Let's take a look at our points coming into tonight. We can see our playoff bracket currently. Corey Hines already locked in to the next round. You'll see his name is in yellow on the ticker showing that he's locked in. Andy Kurtz, Mike Kosick, Jonathan Cofield, Jared Reed, Fry Hubbard, Matt Telder, Brandon Pollock, Corey Bigley, Greg Froenick, Steve McDonald, Matt Kleeman, all these drivers trying to advance themselves into the next round. We'll take a look at the actual point standings coming in. You see the check mark that's going to be next to Corey's name showing that he is locked in to the next round. Cofield, Kosick, and Fry Hubbard up towards the top there as well. The drivers in trouble, though, that need to really win this week would be Jared Reed, Gregory Froenick, Matt Kleeman, Andy Kurtz, Corey Bigley, all of them back there from 8th on back, kind of on the outside looking in. I know Bigley's right there on the bubble, so you see just how close the points battle is. Really, anybody from 6th or 5th on back would be considered on the bubble. We'll take a look at our back of the pack championship going on as well. And you see the incidents there because there is going to be a championship or a points battle for the most laps completed and the least amount of incidents. So that's why the points, laps, and incidents are there on the board. So right now, Brett Bieber is currently at the top of the back of the pack champ. Kai Shappert, Travis Bieber, Gary Wright, your top 4 in that. As we got another driver out on track making his qualifying attempt. That looks like it is the 19 of Matt Kleeman out on track. And if you are watching, please let me know if the audio sounds okay. Again, I do apologize for the issue there with the audio. Kleeman comes to take the green flag. And Chicagoland is a bit of a unique speedway. The backstretch is actually not straight. It's got a little bit of curvature to the backstretch. So you'll see the drivers. iRacing audio seems a bit low, maybe from single truck though. Let's see if we can turn that up just a little bit. Hopefully that's a little bit better for you. And as long as my audio is okay and the in-game audio sounds good, then we are good to go. And again, apologize for that happening. But we got about a minute left in qualifying as Matt Kleeman is coming down the backstretch for the final time on his qualifying lap, coming to the checkered flag. Kleeman currently in the 22nd position, and he is going to jump up to... Well, looks like he's going to stay in that 22nd position currently. As that is going to do it for qualifying, it looks like. As the only drivers left to qualify are Jerry LeGrand and Tommy Osborne. Of course, we want to thank everybody for joining us again. Whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, or on Twitch, don't forget to hit that like button, follow, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know anytime we go live here on Intensity Broadcasting. Also, we want to thank our great sponsors of the league, starting with Hardline Transport Solutions, Cofield Asphalt Refinishing, Peg Leg Felts, Thunderstruck Super Series, and Kinder Farm and Ranch. Of course, Kinder Farm and Ranch is always the Wreckage Replay sponsor here with the Rebels. As we get ready to take a look at our starting grid. And your peg leg pole winner tonight will be the 57 of Corey Hines with Steve McDonald starting in position number 2. Mike Kosick rolling off from 3rd with Taylor Weeks to his outside in 4th. Jonah Colbert and Brett Bieber will be in row number 3. Calvin Ruff and Corey Bigley, they'll be in row number 4 with Fry Hubbard and Jonathan Cofield rounding out your top 10. Andy Kurtz rolls off 11th with Greg Barnett in the 12th position. 13th will be Jared Reed and Kenneth Pack to his outside in 14th. Matt Telder, Brandon Wallace in row number 8. Terry Bates, Brandon Wallace in row number 9. And Ryan Huff and Kai Shappett make up your top 20. Matt Knights will roll off 21st with Matt Kleeman in 22nd. Greg Froelich, another one of our playoff drivers, in 23rd. And Gary Wright, his outside, in 24th. And finally, rounding out the field will be Jerry LeGrand and Tommy Osborne. Tommy Osborne, excuse me. So the field getting rolling here. Of course, we want to thank everybody again for tuning in, plus of our great sponsors, as well as some of our partners as well. Don't forget to check out intensitybroadcasting.com for all of your novelty t-shirts, league t-shirts. We've got the new Kinder Farm and Ranch t-shirt there as well, t-shirt, sweatshirt, hat. So check that out at intensitybroadcasting.com. Don't forget to check out our partners over at raceepi.com for setups and setups and coaching. And of course, the Butt Kicker, which is an established leader in gaming haptics. The award-winning line of Butt Kicker haptics lets users feel low-frequency sounds. Their products are endorsed around the world by leading PC gamers, including professional sim racers. The patented design makes them incredibly accurate, as well as virtually indestructible. The Gamer Plus is a new upgraded system that reproduces immersive, accurate, and powerful sim racing, flight sim, and gaming effects. To check out the full line of Butt Kicker products, check out thebuttkicker.com. Here we have pace truck pulling off on the pit road. Corey Hines is going to lead him down to the green flag is in the air. Corey Hines immediately out to a big jump. Mike Kosick, though, sitting back in that second position. And my Windows decided that it wanted to flip open, so sorry about that. Down the backstretch they come for the first time. Kosick right there on the back bumper. And he's going to try to take the lead away from Corey Hines as they come off of turn number 3 for the first time. So move Mike Kosick up into the lead. Again, Corey Hines already locked in to the next round, so he's just out there trying to get some more bonus points for the next run, and that's why his number or his name up on the ticker is in yellow. Ooh, big moves in the back. We just saw Calvin Ruff go from the low side up to the high side up in front of Cofield, trying to make some moves up here as well. Side by side down into turn number 1. And try to make it 3 wide off of turn 2 down the backstretch. Again, you can see just how curved that backstretch is. It's Fry Hubbard working down underneath Calvin Ruff. And now he's going to try to work underneath Brett Bieber. Andy Kurtz right there in the mix as well. Back up front, Corey Hines has Jonah Colbert now coming to the back bumper. And just behind that, we see Steve McDonald making a move around Corey Bigley. So move McDonald up into the 4th position. And just behind, we see Fry Hubbard working down now underneath Bigley. Drives down hard into turn number 3. Bigley, though, fighting hard up on that high side, trying to hold on to that position. And now Steve McDonald working down on the inside as well, as they're catching up to Jonah Colbert and Corey Hines. Mike Kosick starting to pull away a little bit early in the run as we work lap number 6 of 100. For the back, a couple more playoff drivers. We see Matt Kleeman up on the high side trying to get around the 9 of Ryan Huff. Huff, not a playoff driver, but Kleeman is up into the 14th position. Just behind, we see Brandon Pollock in a battle now with the 44 of Tyler Weeks. Pollock, unfortunately, going the wrong direction. Same with Weeks. Weeks started 14 positions, or is 14 positions back from where he started, so not sure if he got a little loose at the beginning of the race or what happened there, but back up front, Steve McDonald has now solidly moved himself up into the 4th position as Corey Bigley is right behind. And side by side, Fry Hubbard and Brett Bieber. Yes, I almost just said Justin Bieber, and I apologize for that. You did hear that correctly. As Brett Bieber and Fry Hubbard are side by side. Here comes Kurtz up on the high side as well, trying to make some moves up there behind Bieber. Ooh, we got a wreck here as Fry Hubbard is around on the front stretch. We got driver, that's a 21 of Gary Wright spinning in the back as well, trying to avoid the incident, and that's going to bring up our first Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind as we take a look to see exactly what happened to bring out this caution. Oh, you know, Andy Kurtz was involved in this one here. We see Brett Bieber up in front, up on the high side. And it looks like Bieber might have, Bieber caught the wall going into the corner. Andy Kurtz makes some contact. The two of them get together, and then behind it all breaks loose as we see Fry Hubbard spinning down. Telder got some damage. Calvin Ruff, there's Cofield getting a piece of it as well. Matt Kleeman, nowhere to go, runs in the back of Fry Hubbard. I know Brandon Wallace was involved in this somehow as well, as that's Huff there, Ryan Huff getting into the back. There's a 21 of Gary Wright spinning. Looked like Gary was just trying to check up for the incident. And then behind, you see drivers just coming through. Brandon Wallace, a little bit of contact there. Brandon Wallace trying to get woed down to not make contact. Doesn't look like he did, but I think it was Froelich in the 71 that got a little bit of damage there. Yep, that was Greg Froelich in that gray machine. So drivers made their way down on the pit road. Mike Kosick still is your leader. Steve McDonald runs back in second. Corey Bigley and Matt Telder make up your top 4. And then Corey Hines was the first truck off of pit road. So drivers taking fuel early here. We know these 1.5-mile tracks can bring out the fuel mileage runs. A couple other drivers, we see Greg Barnett coming back down pit road. I think he had a little bit of damage from that. Might have got a little caught up in that just a little bit, but up front, we're going to re-rack them, restack them, and get ready to refire them. As Kosick is going to be down on the bottom, Steve McDonald up on the high side. Corey Bigley and Matt Telder, row number 2. Corey Hines, Jonathan Cofield, row 3. Jonah Colbert, Jared Reed, row 4. And Matt Kleeman and Gregory Froelich back in row number 5. Here we go. Field comes down to the Geico restart zone. Green flag is back in the air. We are back racing here at Chicagoland, and already some big moves here in the middle as they were just 3 wide down into turn number 1. Corey Hines just caught the apron. He had to check up a little bit. And Hines having a not so great start here. Currently sits back in the 6th position and continues to fall backwards. Jonah Colbert trying to get around up on the high side here. So move Colbert up into the 6th position. Up front, Jared Reed already battling with Matt Telder trying to take over that 2nd position. Reed will indeed take over that 2nd position over Matt Telder, and he's going to try to run down the 3 of Kosick. Just behind Jonah Colbert, trying to make a move down underneath Corey Bigley. And caution is out on the track. That looks like it might be for the 71 of Greg Froelich. So that's going to bring up another Kinder Farm and Ranch wreckage rewind as we take a look to see what happened to bring this one out. Greg Froelich and the 808 of Bieber side by side, and Froelich just doesn't give Bieber any room there. The 2 of them make contact, and Froelich goes spinning. Ooh, hard contact. That's the 4 of Kai Shappett gets involved in that one as well. So I imagine Kai's going to have to come down pit road to get that fixed up. See if anybody else makes their way down on the pit road. Does not look like we have any takers. And don't forget to join us after this one's over as we have our 2nd race of the doubleheader. As the whole heating and sheet metal truck series will also be taking on Chicagoland. They will also be doing battle for 100 laps here. Then next week we move on to Bristol in both races for the final race of the round of 12. Who can lock themselves in here tonight? Or will it be a non-playoff driver or even Corey Hines getting a 2nd victory to take away one of those automatic locks? Again, one driver really trying to get the win here tonight to get his name in yellow up on top of the board. As the field gets ready, double file. We're getting ready to go back. Green flag racing. So Kosick will lead him back down to the restart zone. Jared Reed, the two Jack Daniels trucks 1 and 2. Pace truck takes the hard left-hand turn on the pit road. Green flag is back in the air. Kosick with a good jump over Jared Reed. Here comes Telder taking a look down to the inside as he go down into turn number 1. Telder right there on that back bumper, trying to make it work. Both Garrett Kinder and Charles Stevens saying hi in the chat. Good to see both of you in there as we had a battle for the lead between Mike Kosick and Jared Reed. Reed going to take over the lead as they come off of turn number 2. I'm sorry, that was turn number 4. A little further back, Matt Telder trying to take away second from Kosick now as well. Here comes Jonah Colbert now down to the inside. He's looking down underneath Telder, trying to take away third place. And Jonah with a strong run on the low side, he's going to take over that position. And Andy Kurtz, Jonathan Cofield side by side. It's the battle for 9th. Matt Kleeman up in 10th place, getting around Kurtz as Kurtz is falling back a little bit. And we see Fry Hubbard down on the apron trying to work to the inside of McDonald. And he's going to, oh, Telder gets clipped by McDonald. He's still spinning and wrecking. Oh, big one here on the backstretch as caution is back out on the speedway. And that's going to bring up another Kinder Farm and Ranch wreckage rewind. Matt Kleeman, who we just said was having such a great run, was involved in that one here as well. So let's take a look at the replay. We see the flames coming out the side of that 7. That means that the Telder was off the gas. McDonald makes some contact with Telder, sends Telder for a ride. Down into Corey Hines, Cofield, Matt Kleeman, who was having such a great run. Ryan Huff gets a little piece as well. Corey Hines comes back up and clips McDonald, sends him back across the track. And then we see Cofield making heavy contact with McDonald. And wow, way down on the bottom, who was that? That was Kleeman making some moves down through the grass. So the field coming down pit road. Mike Kosick this time will hit pit road. Corey Bigley sits on pit road as well. A couple drivers getting some repairs, like Steve McDonald coming down to get his reset. Yep, he'll take his reset. Corey Hines will as well. This time Jared Reed stays out. Jonah Colbert stays out as well. These two drivers were on pit road on lap number 9. So your top 6 were on pit road on lap 9. So they're not going to have to worry about fuel quite as much as if they didn't pit at all. So I'll take you through the field real quick, how they're going to restart. Jared Reed, your leader. Jonah Colbert sits back in second. Fry Hubbard in the third position. Then Andy Kurtz and Ryan Huff round out your top five. Tyler Weeks will restart in sixth. Calvin Ruff in seventh. Terry Bates in eighth. Brett Bieber ninth. And Brandon Wallace in the 10th position. I apologize in the YouTube there. We got a Nightbot not really doing its job right there. So as they come across the line this time, the lights will go off on the pace truck. We'll re-rack them, restack them, and get ready to refire them here. All right, let's see if we can get this back going here as Jared Reed is going to bring him back down to the Geico restart zone. Pace truck getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn onto pit road. We are back racing here at Chicagoland. As we've seen all night, that leader getting a great jump as they come down into turn number one. Fry Hubbard trying to take over that second position from Jonah Colbert. And here comes Andy Kurtz in the mix as well. So the yellow marker on Heiner means that he is locked in to the next round. He won last week, and this is the playoffs. So the light blue that you see, those started the drivers that are in the playoffs. And any driver, well, only Corey Hines right now, has the yellow banner because he is locked in to the next round. So for him, where he finishes tonight really doesn't mean much because he's already going to be locked into Bristol. Tonight, a driver trying to earn their yellow badge so that they are locked in to the round of 8. Jonah Colbert is going to clear Fry Hubbard to retake that second position. Just behind Tyler Weeks and Calvin Ruff are just going at it. That's a battle for the 6th position. Ruff, though, able to pull away a little bit from the 44. Just behind here, we see Kai Shappett working to the inside of Brandon Wallace. And just behind him, we see Kosick and Bigley battling as well. You're welcome, and I figured we'd do something a little bit different to differentiate the drivers who are already locked into the next round, so that way you know where they are on the track as well. Got a battle shaping up here for the lead, though. Jonah Colbert all over the back bumper of Jared Reed. Jonah inching ever so slightly to the 07 of Reed, trying to take over that position. And Calvin Ruff and Tyler Weeks back side by side. Brett Bieber trying to push Weeks right along. As Weeks is going to clear the 24. But Ruff's going to battle back here on the high side. And Kai Shappett side by side as we see Mike Kosick moving around and into the 12th position. Brandon Wallace in the 99, looking down underneath Terry Bates in the 98. There looks like almost some contact between those two drivers right in front of Corey Bigley. And that could have been a big one. Oh, it was Bigley. Ooh, something just happened to Bigley there. He just checked up hard. And almost took out Kosick. Let's ride along here with Bigley, see what happened to him here. Oh, Bigley caught the wall right there, and that checked up that entire outside row. So Gavin Ruff now battling side by side with Brett Bieber. Ruff's going to move around Bieber. Here comes, that's a 98 of Gary Bates. Also moving around Bieber. Bieber in some trouble right now. He's struggling out there. I think he might have a little bit of damage from that Bigley incident as well. You see the right side of that truck is scraped up just a little bit. There goes Corey Hines and Jonathan Cofield by as well. Jonah Cobert has Fry Hubbard all over the back bumper now. As we come across the line to complete lap number 35. Jonah Colbert trying to run down the 07 of Jared Reed, but Jared just a little strong right now, keeping out in front. Mike Kosick now moves himself back into the 6th position. So he's working his way back through the field. Kosick wants to lock himself into the next round of the playoffs. Mark Cofield says the 57 and 58 are rolling pretty good, and they are. Jonathan up into the 10th position, and Corey Hines back into the 8th position. These two are kind of working together, almost drafting like a super speedway, trying to get themselves up towards the front. And yeah, Greg Froelich says 2 weeks in a row caught up in somebody else's mess, unfortunately for him. Ooh, Cofield just pushed up the track quite a bit, almost got into the side of Tyler Weeks. Tells me these tires are starting to give out just a little bit as the trucks are slip sliding around. A little further back, a few more playoff drivers here. We see Brandon Wallace and Corey Bigley, Steve McDonald all battling here. Although Wallace is not in the playoffs here in the Outlaw series, but he is in the Rebels playoffs, so trying to learn a little bit here. So he can take that over to the next race as we see Mike Kosick trying to work around Ryan Huff to take over that 5th position. How about this? Andy Kurtz side by side with Fry Hubbard up on the high side, and Kurtz is going to take over that third position, but here comes Hubbard fighting back on the low side, trying to retake that position away. And now Kosick looking down underneath Andy Kurtz. He's going to try to make it 2 for 1 here, as he's already to the inside of Jonah Cobert as they come down the front stretch, and he will pass 2 cars in that corner to move himself up into the second position. But no, Cobert's fighting back hard on that high side, so he's going to pull a slide job here up in front of Kurtz as they come down the back stretch and back towards turn number 3. And Kosick all the way down, almost down to the grass. Trying to take away that second position as they battle side by side. It's allowing Jared Reed just to pull away. See Reed here all by himself. And those two battling side by sides, allowing him to stretch that gap, as Andy Kurtz now thought about pushing it down to the bottom to make it 3 wide. He's going to get down there and give a big push to Kosick as they go down into turn number 1. And just behind, we still see Corey Hines and Jonathan Cofield working together here. As we are just a few laps away from halfway. Battle for second is continuing between Kosick and Colbert. And how about Corey Hines now working down underneath Andy Kurtz, trying to take over that 4th position. Matt Telder looking down underneath Ryan Huff, trying to take over the 8th position. You see Huff up in that Evil Empire machine. And Matt Telder down on the bottom. 2 great looking paint jobs, and that's one thing I really appreciate about this league is these drivers really put a lot of thought into their paint jobs. As Kosick has almost cleared Colbert after running side by side for the last, I don't know, 10, 15 laps here. It's allowed Corey Hines and Jonathan Cofield to come up here as well. So now Kosick has officially gotten around Colbert. And he's working on the back bumper. Now he's going to take a look down underneath Jared Reed, as we are just past halfway. And Jared Reed continues to hold off Kosick for the lead. Jonah Colbert now has Corey Hines to contend with. And Jonathan Colbert trying to make his way through here as well, as they are side by side. And just behind Fry Hubbard trying to work around Andy Kurtz as a battle for the 6th position. But still, these drivers here, Cofield now taking a look down underneath Hines. And the battle for the lead. Mike Kosick now trying to get around the 07 of Jared Reed, the two Jack Daniels machines side by side through turns 1 and 2. We're seeing just how difficult it is for these drivers to pass here. Kosick just barely edges out the 07 of Reed. As they come across the line, Reed trying to use a little side draft here to pull that 3 truck back and try to hold on to the lead here. I just realized Jared Reed is not showing up on the screen as in the playoffs, so I'm going to fix that while we have a moment. I apologize for that not popping up. But Jared Reed is definitely one of our playoff drivers there, battling for the lead. They come down across the stripe. And Reed's still able to hold off the hard-charging Mike Kosick as they're trying to make it 3 wide behind, and now Reed has that blue banner up there. Had too many numbers in his name there. Jonah Cobert's going to fall all the way back to 5th. Jonathan Cofield up into 3rd. And Corey Hines in the 4th position as we are working lap number 59, coming to lap number 60. Jared Reed was last on pit road on lap number 9. Mike Kosick was back on pit road on lap number 22. So we know that Reed's going to have to come a lot sooner than Kosick is. And since we've had a long green flag run since about lap 25, I imagine we'll see Reed making his way down pit road in the next 10 or so laps. As we see Kosick now moving his way around the 07 to retake the lead. It's Jared Reed down on the low side. Is he coming to pit road this time? He is. So as I was mentioning, pit stops happening. We see Mike Kosick down on, Jared Reed down on pit road. Jonah Cobert, Fry Hubbard. Ryan Huff. Kevin Ruff, Matt Knights, Greg Barnett, all down on pit road. So that's going to shake everything up, as we know. Again, Mike Kosick has about 15 laps more fuel than Jared Reed did. It also begs the question, is anybody going to try to save enough fuel to make it all the way to the end? Right now, though, we see Corey Hines working down underneath Jonathan Cofield. Those two are definitely not saving any fuel as they're battling side by side for the second position. But there are a few drivers who tend to try to save a little bit of fuel. We see Matt Kleeman on pit road now, Tommy Osborne as well. Drivers like Brandon Wallace. Could Wallace try to sneak enough fuel in to make it to the end? As the battle for second place continues to heat up between Cofield and Hines. More drivers on pit road. Kai Shappett, Brett Bieber, both on pit road now as well. Cofield now coming down onto pit road, along with Mike Kosick on the pit road. And, those two almost run into each other. And, Cofield loops it around on pit road. It's going to cost him a ton of time as Corey Hines takes over the lead. Now Corey Hines coming down onto pit road. And he almost loses it himself trying to get woed down. That's going to give the lead over to the 7 of Matt Telder. Jerry LeGrand. Jerry definitely came on pit road a little too hot there. As you see Jonah Cobert making his way around Telder to get himself back on the lead lap. And you can see the speed difference that new tires are going to make as Jonah is just pulling away as if Telder was going backwards. Telder now making his way down onto pit road. So that's going to give the lead over to Brandon Wallace. Now, again, Wallace, we know he likes to stay out and run that tank almost empty. See if he may save a little bit of fuel here, trying to stretch this one to the end. But I don't think he'll be able to. I think he'll have to come down pit road regardless. As now, Brandon Wallace now making his way down onto pit road. So that's going to give the lead to Brandon Pollock. Pollock, one of our playoff drivers here. Trying to get some bonus points for leading here. Trying to get himself in a position to lock himself into the round of 8 with a win here tonight. Now he's going to make his way onto pit road. That's going to give the lead over to the 21 of Gary Wright. So once Gary Wright comes onto pit road, then we will cycle through pit stops completely. And when it's all said and done, your leader will be the 31 of Jonah Colbert. There's Jonah, currently sits back in the second position. And then it's 3.5 seconds back to third place, Andy Kurtz, who has Jared Reed and Fry Hubbard on his back bumper. So when is Gary Wright going to make his way down onto pit road? That's the question. Gary having a great run here tonight, leading some laps. Here he comes on the pit road. And that will give the lead to the 31 of Jonah Colbert. So now the entire field has made their way down pit road. It's going to be smooth sailing here to the end unless we have another caution, which is what drivers like Jonathan Cofield are kind of hoping for right now. Cofield had some issues getting on pit road. He finds himself back in the 21st position, not where he wanted to be. Well, for the back, Mike Kosick trying to battle with Fry Hubbard, try to move himself into the 4th position as they come down the backstretch and towards turn number 3. Kosick is going to take away that 4th position, and he's going to set his sights on the 07 of Jared Reed. Paul Passons is checking in. Paul, it's good to see you as the Outlaw race is approaching 25 laps to go. Part of our truck doubleheader here at Intensity Broadcasting as Mike Kosick takes a look down to the inside of Jared Reed, trying to take over that 3rd position, and he will indeed take over that position from Reed. And now Kosick's going to try to run down the 5 of Andy Kurtz. So Kosick now taking a look down underneath Kurtz to take over that 2nd position. Does he have enough time to run down Jonah Colbert and lock himself into the round of 8? That lead is starting to shrink a little bit. Now it's down to 1.5 seconds. As we see just how quickly that interval is dropping with less than 25 laps to go. So as the battle for the top spot starts to heat up. See if we can see Mike Kosick coming into the picture here. Yep, there he is. He's behind that Rebel sign symbol right there as they come down into turns 1 and 2. Kosick is quickly catching Jonah Colbert here on those 4-lap fresher tires. See just a very, very little lift to plant the nose of that truck as he is now within striking distance of Jonah Colbert. He's going to take a look down to the inside. But Jonah with that high lane has the momentum. He's able to keep Kosick behind for now. But back down into turns 1 and 2. Here comes Kosick trying to take over the lead and try to punch his ticket to the round of 8. And he will clear Jonah as they come off of turn number 2. So Kosick now in a position to lock himself in to the round of 8 with just 20 laps to go. Corey Hines all over the back bumper of Fry Hubbard. He's trying to take over that 5th position. And he will take over that 5th position. And Greg Barnett just got passed by Brandon Pollock. He's got Brandon Wallace right behind as well. Barnett, one of the earliest drivers on pit road. His last on pit road on lap 59. So his tires are going to be much older than most of the field. As Corey Hines is pulling away from Fry Hubbard just a little bit. Oh, battle heating up back here. Kai Shappett and Matt Knights. Knight's been working that high side, trying to get by the 4 of Shappett. Right behind, we see the 26 of Tommy Osborne. Matt Kleeman, who is a lap down, trying to work down underneath Knights here. And now Corey Hines has run down Jared Reed. Hines trying to take over that 4th position. Again, Hines is already locked in to the round of 8, indicated by the yellow bar on his name in the ticker. Jonah Colbert has Andy Kurtz running him down currently. So Colbert not having the speed that he was showing earlier. As you see, it hasn't dropped quite as quickly as when Kosick caught him. We can see that interval shrinking over the last 5 laps. When we cross the line this time, we'll have just 15 laps to go. So we have 15 laps to go. Most of our playoff drivers up towards the front of the field. Of course, the only playoff driver out of the race right now is the 71 of Greg Froelich. Corey Hines now running down Andy Kurtz. So while Kurtz has been running down Colbert, Hines has been running down Kurtz at the same time. We're going to have a battle here for our top 3 positions. As Hines takes a look down to the inside of Andy Kurtz, trying to take over that 3rd position. And he will slide up and take it over. So now he's going to try to run down Jonah Colbert. Jonah, who's been losing quite a bit of time. Of course, Jonah not in the playoffs here in the Outlaw series, but he is in the playoffs in the Rebels race after this. As Matt Telder is battling side by side with Ryan Huff. Telder trying to gain another position here to get another point. That'll help him try to move into the round of 8. So here comes Corey Hines looking down to the inside of Colbert. And Corey down on the apron, down to the grass, trying to take that position away. Jonah fighting back strong up on that high side. Now Hines has cleared Jonah Colbert, but there's a 2.5 second lead up the first place Mike Kosick. I don't think with 10 laps to go, Corey Hines is going to have enough time, but anything could happen. Lap traffic could happen. We've seen lap traffic get in the way before. A caution could come out. That would change the complexity of this race as well. So a lot can happen in the next 10 laps. Kevin Kinder's joined the chat. Good to see you, Kevin. The girl's been busy. Yeah, the Nightbot's been busy trying to keep the room under chats, but trying to keep the room handled here, but just not able to. Andy Kurtz now looking down to the inside of Jonah Colbert as Jonah fires back up on the high side. Here comes Kurtz back down on the low side. They've got some lap traffic to contend with. That is the 58 of Jonathan Cofield that they're battling with here. Cofield is a lap down. How about Jared Reed right here in the picture as well? Greg Franklin, good to see you on the YouTube chat as well. Thanks for joining us here on Intensity. As Andy Kurtz now takes a look down to the inside of Jonah Colbert, trying to take over this 3rd position. So side by side down the backstretch. Kurtz with that shorter lane in the corner, but Colbert able to fire off on that high side a little bit better, keep his momentum up, keep himself ahead of Kurtz as they come off of turn number 4. This time Kurtz is going to have a bit of an advantage. And he's going to have a little bit of help as the 07, well, I thought the 07 was going to push that 5 around, but He's kind of working both lanes here, giving Kurtz a little bit of help here in the corner, and then going up to help Jonah down the backstretch. And the draft does have a little bit of effect here at Chicagoland. Not quite what you would have at Daytona or Talladega, or even a 2-mile track like Indianapolis or Michigan or Auto Club. But you can definitely help somebody get a good run with a little bit of assistance from a push from behind. As now Colbert is able to pull away a little bit, as now Kurtz and Reed go side by side down the backstretch. And with just coming to 4 laps to go, Kosick comes across the line. The interval behind is now 1.5 seconds. Does Corey Hines have enough in the tank to try to run down the 3 of Kosick? We know he's got fuel in the tank, but does he have enough stamina and tires to run down that 3 of Kosick? As this 3-way battle continues, Jared Reed was able to clear Andy Kurtz to move himself up in the 4th. Now can he clear Jonah Colbert to take over that final podium spot here tonight at Chicago? And Colbert hit the wall. Colbert hard up into the wall. That's going to give second place to Jared Reed. Corey Hines continues to try to run down Mike Kosick, but Jonah Colbert with some issues here with just 2 laps to go. See, we can see what happened to Jonah real quick off of the corner. Looks like he might have hit the bumps a little weird, got a little loose. Was there some contact maybe here? Not sure, but we're on the final lap here as Mike Kosick looking to the outside of Matt Knights, and as they come across the line, Mike Kosick is going to get the win here tonight at Chicagoland. Corey Hines is going to bring it home 2nd, and Jared Reed is going to bring it home 3rd. Andy Kurtz and Matt Telder, your top 5. But how about it for Mike Kosick getting the win, locking himself into the round of 8. He's going to come celebrate here on the front stretch. Kinder says, good win to Mr. Kosick. So he's going to celebrate here on the front stretch. Hey, Kai Shappett with the unique victory celebration here. Let's take a quick look. We found what happened to Jonah Colbert here. Yeah, just got a little high up into the wall, hit the bumps the wrong way, and he was able to get it down off the track, down onto pit road. So a tough break for Jonah, who is having such a great run here. Let's take a look at the results. Again, your winner tonight, Mike Kosick in the 3. Corey Hines and Jared Reed, your podium, Andy Kurtz and Matt Telder. your top five. Fry Hubbard brings it home sixth. Ryan Huff in seventh. Calvin Ruff in eighth. Steve McDonald and Corey Bigley. So Calvin Ruff, the only driver not in the playoffs in the top 10. Brendan Pollock comes home 11th. Jerry LaGrange in 12th. Brandon Wallace, Brett Bieber, and Greg Barnett round out your top 15. Then Kai Shappett, Gary Wright, and Tommy Osborne. Top 18. 19th was Matt Knights, and Jonathan Cofield brings it home in 20th after having those issues on pit road. Kenneth Pack comes home 21st. Matt Kleeman 22nd. Tyler Weeks in 23rd. Jonah Colbert, Terry Bates, and Greg Froelich round out the field here tonight at Chicagoland as we get ready to talk to our top three, starting with our third place finisher, Jared Reed. Jared, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, Josh.
Man, great run for you here tonight. Great round of the playoffs so far. And, it wasn't the win here tonight, but a good points night as we go into the final round of the round of 12. They got to feel pretty good, though, having the momentum going into Bristol.
Yeah, I'm really excited for Bristol. It's going to be a fun race. This race was a whole lot of fun too tonight. Just battling with all those guys as the tires wore and different lanes. It was a great race.
For sure. You were able to, you kind of fell back a little bit, then made yourself back up to the front. 10 positions from where you started here tonight. Qualifying was not your strong suit, it seemed. But as the race went on and the tires wore out, you looked like you were gaining a little bit of speed. Was the long run speed what you had there? And were you glad that the yellow didn't come out there at the end?
Yeah, I was definitely glad that the yellow didn't come out. That last run, the long run speed definitely seemed to be pretty good. I lucked out earlier in the race with some strategy to get up front and was able to kind of hold off until the pit stops.
For sure. And again, great podium finish here tonight. Brings you the momentum. You said you love Bristol, so you got a good chance next week at Bristol.
I sure hope so. No matter what, I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun battling with everybody out there.
Well, again, good luck next week at Bristol. Hopefully, you can move yourself onto the round of 8. Before I let you go, anyone want to thank? Any shots you got to give here tonight?
Yeah, I just want to thank Hardline Transport Solutions and you for broadcasting this.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congrats, and we look forward to seeing how the rest of this season plays out for you.
All right, thank you, Josh.
Have a great night. So, as your third place finisher, Jared Reed, I don't see Corey Hines up in the booth here. So, let's bring in your winner, driver of the 3 machine, Mike Kosick. Mike, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, great win tonight. Locks yourself into the round of 8. That really must feel good, especially going into Bristol next week.
Yeah, it's definitely going to make that a little bit more fun and less stressful.
For sure. And anytime you can lock yourself in, it feels good. Was that kind of the main concern here tonight? Was getting the win so that you didn't have to worry about that race at Bristol playing a bit of a wild card on you?
Well, usually I don't have the best runs or luck on mile and a half, so I was just kind of aiming for a top 5 there, but it just pit strategy worked out for my favor.
It seems like you were able to make those tires last a little bit longer than other drivers out there. Corey Hines and Jared Reed seem to have the long run speed, though. Were you concerned with them, and were you glad the yellow didn't come out to stack the field back up?
Yeah, I was definitely happy there wasn't a caution there, and yeah, I knew Corey and Jared were both a little quicker on long run. I come out of pit road on that last one and just I pedaled it as hard as I could, tried to get as big of a gap because I seen earlier in the race that if you were on older tires and you ran the high side, you could pretty much defend the pass for a little while at least.
Well, you've got that golden banner on my ticker for next week, showing that you're locked into the round of 8. Before we let you go, anyone you want to thank? Any shots you got to give here tonight?
Yeah, thank you up in the booth for doing the broadcast. Hardline Transport Solution, Cofield Asphalt Refinishing, Matt for what he does for the series, and then my teammates at Bandits Motorsport.
Awesome, man. And Garrett Kinder gave you the good win in the chat here as well. So just wanted to throw that out at you as well.
Hopefully, he's having fun at work.
you know he's really not working.
Yeah.
Well, Mike, is good talking to you. Congrats again, and we look forward to seeing you in the round of 8.
No, thanks.
Have a great night. So there you have it. Your winner tonight, Mike Kosick, gets the win here at Chicagoland. We got another race coming up in a few minutes, though, as the Original Rebels whole heating in sheet metal truck series takes on Chicagoland for 100 laps. That race will be coming up in about a half hour time. So tune in right back here on Intensity Broadcasting. Again, don't forget to check out our great partners down in the links below. We got intensitybroadcasting.com for your hats, t-shirts, coffee mugs. Check out the new line of Kinder Farm and Ranch gear as well. Race EPI for setups and coaching, as well as thebuttkicker.com. So if you're looking for that little edge, that little seat of the pants feel, check out thebuttkicker.com. Again, congratulations to Mike Kosick with the win here tonight. And we get ready for our second race of the night, the middle race of the round of 12. And as our boy Atlee Atman Weiss would say,